Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm here with Estee, who is a part of our Hope Homes program. And for those of you that don't know, Hope Homes is a program that supports youth ages 16 to 24 that are either homeless or at risk of homelessness. So the program helps youth find safe and stable housing, as well as supporting them and teaching life skills that will help the youth thrive. So I want to start off by saying thank you so much for being here with me, Estee. I want to start off with the first question around how did you get connected to McMan?
So I was essentially put on the table by a different program. I was originally in an adult sober living program, and it was tricky because they were kind of new. They didn't really know how to support youth. A lot of their clients were a lot older than me and also on different paths of recovery. Originally, when I was getting transferred into McMan, I had a year clean, and like at the other program I was in the house, like we would have people that were detoxing or just coming out or waiting to get into treatment. And so it could be really tricky and create a really unsafe environment at times. And I was like, okay, I need to get out. I need a different kind of support. And I originally didn't even know that we had youth housing here. And when I found out, I was pretty excited. And McMan took me in at the perfect time. Because I was starting to like go, I wasn't feeling like stable in there. It was just really unsafe environment. And so McMahon took me in, and that's essentially how I got connected to them.
Awesome. How would you say your life has changed from when you first came into the program to now? Because I understand you've been in the program for about a year now.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed a lot. Like when I first came into the program, within like the first 2 weeks of me being a McMan client, I ended up going off the rails and I relapsed. And then I had to be hospitalized for a bit. And they actually my caseworker had to actually save my life. Not like physically do it, but had to like go through the bounds, be like, okay, we need someone in there because Estee is not doing well. And I was very lucky in that sense that they were able to catch on to that because I'm not good at expressing when I need help.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I first came in, I ended up relapsing after having a year, or was it? I think it might have been a year or it might have been 6 months. But anyways, I ended up relapsing. And so I was coming back from that, and I was just feeling physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, like completely at my bottom. And I was really scared for the future. And with I was trying to finish high school, but I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to because of what had just happened. Like I didn't know if I had to go to treatment or what. Like I was completely overthinking things. And my caseworker really helped me process all of that and get me structure when I was coming back so that I didn't feel overwhelmed with all the things that I had to do. And so really like processing all that, also coming up with a safety plan for me where we could recognize those like little signs that I wasn't doing well when I thought I was doing well. And just really supported me during that time. So I was able to start reaching those goals. So I was able to finish high school. There's this other like peer support thing that I wanted to do, and McMahon actually like they helped connect me with that, and they also gave me the resources to kind of start one on my own as well with the other youth in the program. So there's like a bunch of things that McMahon helped support me through that now I'm kind of reaping the benefits of right now, and I'm moving close, like a lot closer to goals that used to be long term. I'm getting closer and closer to actually achieving them.
And that's awesome. I mean, your story thus far is really one about resilience. And I mean, your own strength is amazing. I know you just kind of touched lightly on those goals that were long-term and now kind of seeming closer and closer. What are your goals for the future?
So right now I'm working, I finished high school, but now I'm kind of upgrading my math and my sciences so that I can I want to do my bachelor's in counseling psychology and then my master's. But right now I'm just focusing on the bachelor's so that I don't get too overwhelmed.
Totally.
I would like to do that. I guess some other goals too is I want to increase my squat by another 30 pounds at least, or at least be able to do like at least 185. Because right
That's
now I can.
impressive. That's very impressive. That's much more than I could ever do. So I love how also like your goals, that you're just speaking of aren't just about, educational or things like that. You're talking about wellness and a like holistic way, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you're looking at it as to your health. You're looking at it as to what do I want to do in the future? I think that speaks volumes as to kind of the outlook you have and kind of realizing that it's not just one path.
Mhm.
Um, so I wish you all the best on that, and I'm sure all of our donors do too. And one of the things that I really wanted to chat with you about is the fact that, as you know, all the youth in the program receive a starter kit when they first come into the program. So the starter kit, for those of us tuning in that don't know, includes things such as, bedding, kitchen utensils, cleaning supplies, kind of stuff to kind of get the youth set up in their new home. So, Estee, what did the starter kit really mean to you when you received it?
It's one of those little things that actually means a lot. My history before I came to Calgary, I was homeless probably from when I was 15 to around 18. I kept kind of, I wasn't homeless all the time, but I never actually had a real home. I was just back and forth between outside, couch surfing, maybe with my family for a bit. Originally, where I came from, like they didn't actually have like if you wanted to stay at a youth group home, you had to be sober, and I wasn't, so I wasn't able to stay there. And I also just didn't really have anything because I was pretty mobile all the time, like a lot of walking around. And so coming into a place and like it was my first time having my own place, like my own space to call my own. And it's a bit overwhelming. And I feel like that might have been why I was so like sensitive at that time too, because it is pretty overwhelming going from like, always kind of being around people to actually being on my own. And yeah, just being able to go there and have all this stuff, like even just this sounds silly, but like having utensils and stuff was kind of like, wow, I'm an adult now. It's like real adulting. But it really like, I'd never actually been able to have like these stuff that were my own, and to be able to like have stuff to cook my own meals and do things for myself was really empowering because I was like, well, now I can actually do it and I don't need to rely completely, like even though it is being donated, it's like it gave me a sense of like, okay, I am doing this. Like I am strong enough to do this on my own. And it's like, I don't need someone else to like make my meals for me, or like I don't need to, like bum it from
Totally.
just like share it with everybody else. So it was really nice to have stuff to call my own and also just to start me off with there and it like expand from there. So it's like, okay, I know I like that kind of cleaner or whatever. So it was like, yeah, it helped give me that base, that foundation to really like start creating my space as I wanted it to be. And also like I love food. I love cooking food, and like bowls and the utensils that were donated, like they have seen a lot of delicious meals. And even like before the whole COVID thing, I remember like after everything went down, I even had like a little get together with like my friends, and I was able to like, I was celebrating my space. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, look, I have my own place.
That's
And
nice.
like use those bowls to like serve my friends, to make delicious food. And so it really does mean a lot, truly.
That's awesome. And it sounds like it was really kind of tools that led to further empowerment for you, which is
Yes.
great to hear. And, that's really what we want, is to help encourage those kind of skill development, and show you, you do have what it takes to do that.
Yeah.
Estee, is there anything else you'd like to let donors know?
I want to say thank you, truly thank you so much. I think I just love seeing other, even though you don't really get to meet us, it's just so great to see you supporting the youth, because youth truly are powerful. And a lot of us come from very different backgrounds. Like mine is mostly with like an addictions background, but there's others that like come from really unstable or like didn't have a home before this. And so all these little things that you do for us, they really mean a lot, and they help us feel cared for and empowered to like contribute further to society. Because like honestly, like before this, if you had seen me like 5 years ago, you would have avoided me at all costs. Like, I was very toxic. I was, I didn't actually know how to contribute to society. And now, like, through all the support I got from this program, even like those little things, they all add up to a big change. And so thank you so much for supporting me on this journey as well, because it really does mean a lot. And thank you. Yes. I don't know how
Awesome.
else to
Well,
say.
Estee, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for taking the time to chat. And we wish you all the best with your future. So thank you so much.
Thank you.